Cozy Caravan will be releasing much sooner than expected, and new details about the game have recently been revealed. So, let's go over all the latest for this adorable and charming upcoming cozy game. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today we have a brand new episode of Thinking Out Loud, the show where I take a deep dive into a variety of interesting and exciting gaming topics and share my honest thoughts with you all. Today's hot topic is the upcoming early access release of Cozy Caravan, along with several exciting new details revealed by the game's developers, 5 Live Studios. If you haven't seen my first video about Cozy Caravan, which covers everything you need to know about the game, I will have it linked down in the description, and I would highly recommend watching that first. But otherwise, without any further ado, let's get right into it. First and foremost, we actually now have an official date for Cozy Caravan's launch into early access, which is arriving much sooner than I personally expected on May 16th. If you're interested in playing the game's early access build, you can do so via Steam on PC specifically. And be sure to stick around until later in the video if you're new to early access games and are wondering if it might be right for you. Alongside the release date announcement, we were treated to a brand new trailer for Cozy Caravan, which gave us a look at some new gameplay footage. One thing that really stood out to me about this trailer was how well it highlighted the game's sound design. While this wasn't the first time we've been exposed to what we might be able to expect for this element of the game, this was the first time it really shined in my opinion. The lo-fi soundtrack and adorable sound effects sprinkled throughout the gameplay were very prominent and appealing, and I think it gives us a pretty good idea of what the game's overall atmosphere and vibe is going to be like. Speaking of gameplay, more information has been revealed about the overarching concepts for its design, which are very interesting to consider to help us paint a bigger picture of the game's goals. One of these goals being for people to play Cozy Caravan for as long or as short as they'd like. With this in mind, many elements and activities in the game are designed to be bite-sized, so you can play, pause, and close the game as you please without worrying about being punished for taking time away. I think this is really nice because we don't all have hours on end to pour into the games we play, so offering a pick up and play type of experience with opportunities to set the game down for a few minutes, hours, days, or maybe even weeks before getting a chance to return to it is always a welcome feature. There's almost nothing worse than feeling like you're being punished by a game for having other responsibilities in life. So I really appreciate the care that's being taken by the team to prioritize this. Also contributing to this sense of casual gaming, the team has also shared that one of their main design pillars is to keep the game's tone relaxed and laid back, which means that anything designed or implemented in the game structure takes these factors into consideration. Honestly, it seems pretty clear to me that this title is going to be one of those true cozy experiences, and not one that's up for debate. It's also been confirmed that the animation style showcased in published trailers and gameplay is completely intentional. This title has been designed to convey a stop-motion inspired animation style, which really reminds me of claymation. The team has also communicated that they're fully aware this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's in alignment with their vision for the game. I, for one, really appreciate when game developers take a risk on bringing something unique to the table. We see so much of the same safe choices being made, so I definitely respect and applaud them for taking this creative risk that I actually think many will find just as charming as I do. I mean, I've personally never played a game with this style before, so I'm excited for Cozy Caravan to be my first. A few new details have been revealed about our trusty caravan, specifically that Rigby, who is the adorable fuzzy critter pulling your caravan, is designed to be a true part of your team, which means that they haven't considered other options for mounts to replace this character, but noted that it's an interesting idea. In my last video, we talked about the fact that your caravan will have upgradable elements for both the structure itself and the interior. Something the team shared that I found interesting was that they've played with the idea of having potential ways of boosting the caravan's speed temporarily through existing mechanics such as crafting treats for Rigby. We've also been treated to a little sneak peek at how the interior of our caravan Caravan will shape up over time as we complete various upgrades. While it was previously confirmed that the only upgrade we'll have access to in the initial early access build will be cooking, it was teased that we will also be able to bake, stitch, saw, and hammer your way to success, giving us an idea of future crafting stations that we will ultimately be able to unlock and use. In fact, I believe we can actually see a future sewing station right here, which makes me wonder what we might potentially be creating with this crafter. Clothes for our own character, for others? Accessories for Rigby, textiles for the caravan, blankets, tablecloths, and more for completing quests. I can't wait to find out. On the topic of customization, we've already seen so many options for our adorable animal character, which was showcased in the initial character customization. However, the team has also shared plans to release new characters over the course of development and are open to taking suggestions. They've teased concept art of an adorable brown bunny, a cute little gecko, and what I believe might be an Australian magpie, though I'm not 100% sure on this one. But which animals would you like to see included in Cozy Caravan? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. The developers also shared that more outfits, along with the ability to change them throughout your gameplay, are in the works, which is so exciting. I love having lots of cute and fun ways to express ourselves in the games we play, and outfits and accessories are very high on my wish list for any title. We've also now been officially introduced to some new and exciting locations. First is Hershey's Homestead, home of the famous Big Onion. At Hershey's Homestead, you can enjoy some old-fashioned onion rings, onion pie, onion cider, and onion ice cream. Next, we are introduced to Basselbrook, which is a bustling riverside town specializing in the production of basil bee, which is their famous honey drink. A sugarcane farm was also teased, operated by Miss Strudel, which is noted to be invaluable to any guild rookie, which is us, looking to bring joy to those with a sweet tooth. So I'm guessing we'll actually be using the sugarcane from the farm to maybe make different desserts. As for language support, the early access version of Cozy Caravan will launch exclusively in English. However, the team has confirmed that they intend to support a variety of languages for the full release. So far, I've seen specifically that Japanese and German are on the list of confirmed languages, but I'm sure there are plenty more as well. While I have already shared information about potential platforms in my previous video, many of you still asked about it in the comments, so I'd like to readdress the topic here. As stated earlier, the game will be launching into early access on Steam for PC, but it has been built with consoles in mind. The team actually specifically noted that they very much want the game to be released on Switch, and that this is an important goal for them. Some other more precise information I gathered was that they've yet to evaluate mobile or Mac releases, and I couldn't find any comments made about PlayStation or Xbox versions specifically. But if you have a Steam Deck, you should be able to play Cozy Caravan. Although it hasn't been extensively tested or submitted for official verification, the team has done some initial tests that went well, holding a high frame rate without changing any settings. If you plan to play on Steam Deck, a special note for you is that you will need to use your on-screen keyboard during character creation to enter your name, but otherwise you should be good to go. Now, as I've stated multiple times, the game is releasing into early access. But what exactly does that mean, and is this experience right for you? The most important thing to note is that an early access title is not a complete game. Rather, the game will evolve as you play it and as it receives updates. It offers you a chance to get involved with development and help shape the game by providing feedback. You will also most likely encounter bugs, which you can report to the team to help them catch and fix them early. But let's be so for real right now, so many games have bugs at full release anyway, so it's honestly not something we aren't already used to. Now, I personally think that early access experiences help to shape better games, with the player's voice being heard and valuable feedback being implemented. However, that doesn't mean getting involved with it is necessarily right for everyone. If you would prefer waiting for the full experience and have high expectations of a seamless complete game, then I would personally recommend holding off playing until the full release. However, if you enjoy being the first to try new titles, are excited to share ideas and feedback, and love getting excited for new content and updates along the way, you might be a great fit for playing an early access title. One other factor to consider is that the price point might also change between early access and the full release, so if you'd like to save some money and support the developers early on, then you can just go ahead and purchase it in early access and wait to play it until it's received updates, just in the case that the price increases as more content is added. The choice is completely yours, but it is a factor to consider that I wanted to put on your radar. At the end of the day, you know yourself best. you know if you're gonna love getting involved early on and experiencing the game across various updates, or if you just prefer to wait. So those were my thoughts on all the latest details for Cozy Caravan, along with my perspective on early access experiences. But what do you think? I shared a poll asking if you enjoy getting involved with playing early access titles, or if you prefer to wait until the full release. And it was a pretty even divide between early access, which 24% of you responded with, and waiting for the full release, which 27% of you chose. However, 50% of you who voted said that it depends on the specific game, or maybe depends on the price or its availability. I personally would actually put myself in that same group. It totally depends on the game for me. If I'm super excited about a game and really want to give my input and feedback, and I'm ready to experience that game over a course of updates, then I'll happily dive into that early access experience. But if it's a game that I'm more on the fence about, or maybe isn't my top priority at that given time, then I'll wait until the full release. So for me, it definitely is a case-by-case basis. For Cozy Caravan specifically, I will be playing early access and I'm really excited to do so, but other games I have chosen to wait until 1.0 to get the full experience all at once. Well, there you have it, friends. That covers my thoughts on all the latest information about Cozy Caravan. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Thinking Out Loud. Will you be picking up Cozy Caravan on the 16th? What features would you like to see in the game? Anything and everything. You know I always love hearing from you. Please go ahead and shine the lovely like button if you enjoyed today's video. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And until next time, take care.